Chronicles, Gospels, prophets, sages, Leviticus, laws to pause, find phrases, turning them corners, no spiritual mazes. Genesis to Revelation, so divine. Flip them scripts, endless grace you'll find. Psalms singing sweet, unbroken lines, hitting that rhythm, wordplay refined. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? Wake up early, the dawn's light shimmers. Spiritual breakfast, soul food dinners. Isaiah's vision, Ezekiel's figures. Walk through the fire, no one limbers. Kings and judges, prophets profound, plowing the word, no mythical ground. Verse after verse, wisdom's bound. Heavenly soundtrack, soul serving sound. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? No shortcuts, all divine routes. Listen to the whispers, no room for doubt. Parables drop stronger than gold faucets. Souls hydrated from divine prophets. Study the book, change perspectives. Carefully crafted, not too subjective. A year to reflect, learning perfect. Patterns of grace that time can't deflect. Old Testament drops deep and so real. Kings and warriors, covenant seals. Split that Red Sea, divine reveal. Commandments written, not made of steel. Bethlehem birth to cross on the hill. Unfolding the never blessings, pastor with skill. Scripture flip, every verse fulfilled.
Through the word, every verse, every chapter, nothing unheard. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered, spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ, flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message, flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick, raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered, spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ, flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message, flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick, raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. 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 Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick, raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick.
Flat cap pastor Scripture dashing through pages. Chronicles, Gospels, prophets, sages. Leviticus, laws to pause, find phrases. Turning them corners, no spiritual mazes. Genesis to Revelation, so divine. Flip them scripts, endless grace you'll find. Psalms singing sweet, unbroken lines. Hitting that rhythm, wordplay refined. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? Wake up early, the dawn's light shimmers. Spiritual breakfast, soul food dinners. Isaiah's vision, Ezekiel's figures. Walk through the fire, no one limbers. Kings and judges, prophets profound. Plowing the word, no mythical ground. Verse after verse, wisdom's bound. Heavenly soundtrack, soul serving sound. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? No shortcuts, all divine routes. Listen to the whispers, no room for doubt. Parables drop stronger than gold faucets. Souls hydrated from divine prophets. Study the book, change perspectives. Carefully crafted, not too subjective. A year to reflect, learning perfect. Patterns of grace that time can't deflect. Old Testament drops deep and so real. Kings and warriors, covenant seals. Split that Red Sea, divine reveal. Commandments written, not made of steel. Bethlehem birth to cross on the hill. Unfolding the never blessings, pastor with skill. Scripture flip, every verse fulfilled.
Through the word, every verse, every chapter, nothing unheard. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. 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 Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick.
There we go. We've got sound there. Okay, I'm going to have to spend time later today playing with this before the podcast. Something got messed up, and no longer does it work for sound to go through one of these sound channels. I like over here, it's showing sound is going through. Over here, it does not accept that there is sound, and so no sound goes. I don't know what the problem is. This is why it gets incredibly aggravating with all of this stuff. Like, why can't you just set it and it stays? Like, hello? That would just make sense to me. Would just make sense. Hey, just some guy from Tennessee. Welcome in, friend. Hope you are doing well. Heard you are job hunting. Hope that's going well for you. Hope you're able to get what you are looking for. Let me just save that. And then I noticed I still have the flyer for this, which happened yesterday, so we can delete that. That's happening today, 1 p.m. over on the Church Digital. Would be podcast with Pastor G. Used to be Let's See with Pastor G, and now it's Pastor G TV. I kind of like Let's See with Pastor G a lot better. Just, you know, but that's me. Okay, I hit the redeem, but I did not hear it, and I'm not sure if it went. Let's try that again. There we go. I don't think I have it on the starting channel, so it wasn't there. Okay. All right, what are we doing today? Oh, that's right. I was doing that yesterday. Forgot about that. There we go. And change that from Luke. We're not doing Luke. We're doing Genesis. There we go. All right. So Genesis 46. We're a little ways into it. And Joseph's brothers have all showed up. They came down for food. He did his whole test to see their loyalty, who they are, how they are, where their place with God is, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool how he does it. All right, so that's where we're at. So 46, we got through 27. Well, let's just back up. Okay. We went through the whole genealogy is what we did. So we'll just summarize that here. All the direct descendants of Jacob who went to Egypt with him were 66 in number. This number does not include the wives of Jacob's sons. Counting the 2 sons of Joseph who were born to him in Egypt, all the people of the household of Jacob who were in Egypt number 70. Okay, so this is why one of the reasons why the number 70 shows up prominently and shows up as an important way. We have the number 70 showing up as the number of the descendants of Jacob. You know what I want to do? When is the first time 70 shows up? Is this the first time? Because later it is the number of the nations. It is. This is the first time the number 70 shows up. The number of the children of the household of Jacob and their wives include 70. So, and then we're going to have mourning 70 days. I don't remember that one. Yeah, and here we have the descendants of Jacob numbered 70 in all. I'll recount here in Exodus of that. And then a spring with 70 palm trees, because one for each of the family. 70 elders, one for each of the families. So later in Deuteronomy, the number of nations is counted at 70. And the number of counting there says according to the number of the sons of God. So 70 becomes a symbolic number. Okay. We'll pick up right there. Is that over there? Okay. Jacob sent Judah before him to Joseph to accompany him to Goshen. So they came to the land of Goshen. Joseph harnessed his chariot and went up to meet his father Israel in Goshen. When he met him, he hugged his neck and wept on his neck for quite some time. Israel said to Joseph, "Now let me die, since I have seen your face, and know that you are still alive." Then Joseph said to his brothers and his father's household, "I will go up and tell Pharaoh, my brothers and my father's household who were in the land of Canaan have come to me. The men of shepherds, they take care of livestock. They have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. Pharaoh will summon you and say, 'What is your occupation?' Tell him, 'Your servants have taken care of cattle from your youth until now, both we and our fathers, so that you may live in the land of Goshen. For everyone who takes care of sheep is disgusting to the Egyptians.'" Hey, Night Saber, good morning. Hope you're doing well, friend. That was a lot of fun last night. One of the things, though, with 6 people on the chat, sometimes it goes back and forth between 2, 3 people, and then the rest of us sit around, which is all good. It's all good. It's like, I love the voices we have there. Hope you had fun. Your servants are men of cattle. Okay, I want to go look up the word cattle there. So 4634. Men of cattle. Well, so far all I know is they're sheep and goats. So is this like of the herd? Yeah, that's what I mean. At times, one person is quiet versus another. I think we all took our turns for, like times of 10, 15 minutes being quiet. Okay, you're about cattle. Pepsio!
Strong's H 4735.
McNay. Livestock. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was probably more a generic livestock. Instead of cattlemen, livestock. We have been those who oversee livestock. So it's a herdsman. Shepherds, whatever. Okay, I figured it was, but I just thought I would check. Disgusting to the Egyptians is an abomination. The Hebrew word describes something that is loathsome or off limits. For other practices the Egyptians considered disgusting, see Genesis 43 and Exodus 8. Bootstraps! Welcome in. Night Saber got your coffee and your morning scripture courtesy of our very own Flat Cap. Well, thank you. Zack Attack, welcome in. Hey, by the way, those who have been hanging out and prepping, and I got to do this. So when we get done for the day here. I'll be working on some stuff, but I have a dual splitter I just got. I hope that'll work on my phone so that I can put this battery on there to charge up the phone while I'm streaming from the phone, and then be able to plug the microphone in. So I got some new toys. To figure that out. But what I was going to say is I will be doing a bike-a-thon, subathon. I have not got I should have worked on that yesterday. I had too many other things I was working on. A bike-a-thon, subathon, and I need to get that. That'll be the first thing I work on. So I might hang out and work on that at the end of the stream before I get done, so that I might as well do that. You can see it and you'll hear it here first. So I'm just trying to decide if I want to start at 6 a.m. on Friday, 7 a.m. Yeah, I think that's really it. It's either 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. I want to get out. I want to get started. I don't want to wait till 8 o'clock. So I might have a low crowd to begin with, but it'll be a bike-a-thon, subathon on Friday. You keep subbing, I keep biking. That's what it's going to be. So that's why I needed the get a battery there, and I got to figure out how to attach it to my bike so it doesn't fall off. And boy, that sucker's heavy. But figure all of that out. It does say it should be able to charge my phone up to 4 times. So if I could go 4 hours and it could charge 4 times, then we should be good for like a 20-hour ride, which please don't make me do a 20-hour ride. Or I should say, please make me do a 20-hour ride. So, because what I'll be doing is I need a new PC. I seriously have been having tech issues like crazy since March, and it's just time to upgrade so that I can accommodate and do all the things I've been doing on it. So this one will still be good. If I use it for travel, I think will still be good. I use less stuff, do less stuff when that happens. So I think we'll be good. All right. So back to the text. Joseph went and told Pharaoh, "My father and my brothers, their flocks and herds, and all that they own have arrived in the land, or from the land of Canaan. They are now in the land of Goshen." He took 5 of his brothers and introduced them to Pharaoh. 5. The Torah. He brings 5. Here is a representation of my brothers. I bring 5. He didn't even bring half. Oh, with himself, that equals half. So he's going to meet half the family. Okay, before we read, and maybe it doesn't tell us, I don't think I remember it telling us, which are the 5 that got to go? Which of the 5 brothers that got to go? I just wonder. I'm going to make the assumption Benjamin and Judah are going to be 2 of them. I just got that feeling. They're going to be 2 of them because Judah stood up for his brothers. Benjamin is his full brother. So those 2, I would think. Who are the other 3? Pharaoh said to Joseph's brothers, "What is your occupation?" They said to Pharaoh, "Your servants take care of flocks just as our ancestors did." There we go. See, the flocks. I like that. Versus the cattle. Then they said to Pharaoh, "We have come to live as temporary residents in the land. There is no pasture for your servants' flocks because the famine is severe in the land of Canaan. So now please let your servants live in the land of Goshen." You know what? I don't think we looked up what does Goshen mean. Let's go look up what Goshen means. Did we have? There we have it. Goshen. Brain wants to go probably plenty or green or something along those lines.
Strong's
Fertile.
8, 1657.
Oh no.
Goshen. Goshen.
Drawing near. drawing near, a region in northern Egypt, east of the lower Nile, where the children of Israel lived from the time of Joseph to the time of Moses. Drawing near. That's interesting. I wonder if that's a reference to drawing near the Mediterranean Sea, or drawing near as in there's accessible water. I wonder what that is. Okay. Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is before you. Settle your father and your brothers in the best region of the land. They may live in the land of Goshen. If, if you know of any highly capable men among them, put them in charge of my livestock." So look at this. They are going to be employed now by Pharaoh. So they're getting put in charge of Pharaoh's livestock. So this would be the beginning of the path towards ending up in slavery. Now, not entirely, but just like that path of, hey, you are skilled. We're going to exploit your skills. Which makes a whole lot more sense than let's just put you to work as hard labor. Let's exploit your skills for my benefit, because it worked with your brother. Then Joseph brought his father Jacob and presented him. So we do not know who the five are. Jacob blessed Pharaoh. The precise meaning of the Hebrew translated blessed is difficult in this passage because the content of Jacob's blessing is not given. Well, that doesn't make it difficult. It just means we don't know. Yeah, so Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Oh, we don't know what he said, so did it really happen? Like, what? The expression could simply mean that he greeted Pharaoh, but that seems insufficient in this setting. Jacob probably praised Pharaoh, for the verb is used this way for praising God. It is also possible that he pronounced a formal prayer of blessing. Yeah, so we don't know. Is it a blessing by a greeting? Is it a blessing by pronouncement of prayer, or asking God to reward Pharaoh for kindness? Does it matter? No. The engagement is what matters. How Pharaoh said to Jacob, "How long have you lived?" Jacob said to Pharaoh, "All the years of my travels are 130. All the years of my life have been few and painful." Okay, I don't know about you, but I've I often joke around, and I've picked the age of 130 to live to. But I would not count them as few. If I lived to be 130, I would not say I've lived but a few years. I've lived but a few years, just 130. That would seem like a lot to me. It certainly would. Now, I don't know if there's reason to fully embrace that number of 130, or if there's symbolism in there. I do not know. My reason for picking 30 is traditionally retirement age is 65. And if I live to 130, then my retirement age has reached retirement as well, and then my retirement can retire. That's why I figure 130 sounds like a good age to live to. So then my retirement can retire. So, anyway, the years of my travel are not as long of those as my ancestors. So this is why he's saying 130 is a few, because Abraham lived longer. Those before lived longer. Then Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from his presence. So again, Jacob blessed Pharaoh. He blessed him when he arrived. He blessed him when he left. These can be greetings and or acknowledgement, or they can be more pronouncement, but we don't know. It doesn't matter. So Joseph settled his father and his brothers. He gave them territory in the land of Egypt, in the best regions of the land of Ramesses. Okay, so clearly on some level, this has been adjusted later on. The land of Ramses is another designation for the region of Goshen. It has the name Ramses because of a city in that region. The use of the name may represent the modernization of the text. That's what I was trying to allude to. For the understanding of the intended reader, substituting a later name for an earlier one. Alternatively, they may have been an earlier Ramesses for which the region was named. I think it makes more sense that it is an update later on, because we know there's several places in scriptures where they will give a modern name for it, or if they give the old name, they will say it was, I want to say Lutz, which becomes Jerusalem. And maybe I'm wrong on that name, but Lutz is one of those places, or Lutz, whatever it is. Okay. Just as Pharaoh had commanded, Joseph also provided food for his father, his brothers, and all his father's household, according to the number of their children. There was no food in all the land, because the famine was very severe. The land of Egypt and the land of Canaan wasted away in Margaritaville, because of the famine. Joseph collected all the money that could be found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan as payment for the grain they were buying. Then Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's palace. When the money from the lands of Egypt and Canaan were used up, all the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, "Give us food! Why should we die before your very eyes, because our money has run out?" All right, we got ad coming in, so we'll pick it up there. Let's check out the fishies.
Flat cap pastor rocks his tweed.
All right, beautiful sunrise this morning.
Streaming life by
Beautiful
the reed.
sunrise.
Fish pond calm and glassy clear. View it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cap pastor shows the way. Stream it live, come what may. With his cam he shows it all. Little fish both big and small. Life in pond so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cap pastor shows the way. Stream it live, come what may.
All right. I see ads back on one, not back on the other. I got it up on other screens here so I can see, which is weird. And it's still telling me there's a minute left of ads. It's just confusing at times, I tell you. How long will the ads take? When will they start? It's just so hard to figure that out.
Life in pond so serene. Nature's beauty on the screen.
Oh, it says 16 over here on that one. That one's back, and then this is telling me I got 28
Watch the
seconds.
flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm and calm in tone.
Well, we'll
makes
enjoy the fish
feel right at home.
for a little bit.
Watch the
Should be back
fish,
now.
they
Although it's telling me
swim
we got more time. I don't know.
to the rhythm
Okay.
of his.
By the way, if you haven't been here in a little bit, I did bump my ads to every 30 minutes because I'm constantly looking at trying to get healthier and those things. And one of the things it said is you should get up every half hour. So if I run the ad breaks every half hour, that's when I get up and stretch. Now, I suppose I could just get up and stretch and have you do that, or I could have a stretch redeem. But I figure it's just as easy to just run the ads. If you don't have ads, you get the fish for, a nice minute or so, whatever long the ads are. Okay, so there's a severe famine. Joseph's family is settled in the best land. And now we have the people of Egypt, out of money. Then Joseph said, if your money is gone, bring your livestock, and I will give you food in exchange for your livestock. So they brought their livestock to Joseph, and Joseph gave them food in exchange for their horses, the livestock of their flocks and herds, and their donkeys. He got them through that year by giving them food in exchange for their livestock. Zacatech, had your blood pressure spike high last night. Got a doctor's appointments later today. Zach, what's going on? Do you know, or is that why the appointment? I don't know if you had an existing condition that you already would know about that might be causing it. So, yeah, prayers, man, that gets resolved. When that year was over, they came to him the next year and said to him, we cannot hide from our Lord that the money is used up, and the livestock and the animals belong to our Lord. Nothing remains before our Lord except our bodies and our land. Why should we die before your eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land in exchange for food, and we and our land will become Pharaoh's slaves. Give us seeds that we may live and not die. Then the land will not become desolate. So Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh. Each of the Egyptians sold his field, for the famine was severe, so the land became Pharaoh's. Joseph made all the people's slaves from one end of Egypt's border to the other end of it. But he did not purchase the land of the priest, because the priest had an allotment from Pharaoh, and they ate from their allotment that Pharaoh gave them. That is why they did not sell their land. Okay. So, does this mean actually every single person has sold it and their stuff into slavery? Well, there's still a noble class here. Okay, so I do not think the noble class is included in this. Some businessmen who might have some skills, some savvy people who put enough away. It's not. It's talking about the severity of it and the widespread. And the exception being the priests. Interesting. Joseph said to the people, since I have bought you and your land today for Pharaoh, here is seed for you. Here is seed for you. Cultivate the land. Wait, I thought there's a famine. How are they cultivating the land? Okay, it's equivalent to a command. They need seed to eat, but they're going to plant some, but there's a famine. How much is going to grow? That's what I'm just curious about. Or are we getting close to the end of the famine now? So it's not easy to track how many years we are into this, because you don't make the assumption of now they all of a sudden come and ask for it. That could be year 6. This could be year 7. Now he's going to give them seed to plant, and next year will be year 8. When the crop comes in, give 1/5 of it to Pharaoh. Well, they did that before the famine. The remaining 4/5 will be yours for seed for the fields and for you to eat, including those in your household and your little children. They replied, you have saved our lives. You are showing us favor, and we will be Pharaoh's slaves. Yay! We get to be slaves, everybody! Slaves in the house! We find favor in the eyes of the Lord. Some interpretations. This as a request. May we find favor? Oh. So Joseph made it a statute, which is in effect to this day throughout the land of Egypt. 1/5 belongs to Pharaoh. Only the land and the priest did not become pharaohs. So it's emphasizing that again. Hey, artsy Bible nerd. So 1/5, 20%. 20%. Joseph establishes 20% is what Pharaoh deserves. I guess on one level, like when we count up all of the gifts, the tithes, the offerings in the Old Testament, it adds up to a lot. But if you're thinking on one level of the government getting 10% and then the religious establishment getting 10%, the tithe, you'd get it 20% that way. But here, since Pharaoh is seen to be a god and would be head of both the religious sector and also the governmental sector, all 20 goes to one place. I don't know. I'm just thinking through that. Israel settled in the land of Egypt, in the land of Goshen, and they owned land there. They were fruitful and increased rapidly in number. Okay, so they own land. The rest of Egypt does not own land. Pharaoh owns the rest of it. So why wouldn't they be in a position later to not succumb to slavery? It would seem like they would have a position that would allow them. However, their outsider status of never intermingling and hair and occupation are going to keep the Egyptians suspect of them all the time. Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years. The years of Jacob's lives were 147 in all. The time for Israel to die approached. So he called for his son Joseph and said to him, if now I have found favor in your sight, put your hand under my thigh and show me kindness and faithfulness. The hand under the thigh is going to be a swearing of an oath. So here is the oath he's going to take. Do not bury me in Egypt, but when I rest with my fathers, carry me out of Egypt and bury me in their burial place. Joseph said, I will do as you say. Jacob said, swear to me that you will do so. So Joseph gave his word. Then Israel bowed down at the head of his bed. Isn't that a fun way to say it? The Hebrew verb normally means bow down, especially in worship or prayer. Here, it might simply means bent low, perhaps from weakness or approaching death. The narrator is ambiguous at this point and remains open to all these interpretations. After these things, Joseph was told, your father is weakening. So he told his two sons took his two sons Manasseh and Ephraim with him. When Jacob was told, your son Joseph has just come to you, Israel regained his strength and sat up on his bed. Jacob said to Joseph, the sovereign God appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me. He said to me, I am going to make you fruitful and will multiply you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will give this land to your descendants as an everlasting possession. Excuse me. Now, as for your two sons who were born to you in the land of Egypt, before I came to you in Egypt, they will be mine. Ephraim and Manasseh will be mine, just as Reuben and Simeon are. Any children that you father after them will be yours. So this is like redeeming the name of your brother idea here. Let's just let this play out. So your brother doesn't have descendants. So this would be as if Joseph did not have descendants, you're going to have a descendant that would replace Joseph. That's what's going on here. Ephraim and Manasseh are replacing Joseph because since he thought he was dead, he needed to be replaced. Here's how that replacement is going to happen. They will be listed under your names of their brothers in their inheritance. But as for me, when I was returning to Padan, Rachel died to my sorrow in the land of Canaan. It happened along the way, some distance from Ephrath. So I buried her there on the way to Ephrath, that is Bethlehem. So there is a connection back to Rachel here. When Israel saw Joseph's sons, he asked them, "Who are they?" Father said, "Bring them to me so I may bless them." Now Israel's eyes were failing because of his age. He was not able to see well. So Joseph brought his sons near to his father and kissed them and embraced them. Israel said to Joseph, "I never expected to see you again, but now God has allowed me to see your children too." Okay, question here. If these children were born to him before his father comes to the land, and he's been in the land 17 years, are not these children like 20, like young 20s, strapping lads here? Okay, so turning around is fair play, Jacob, yes. There is a bit of, is the narration of this part put in at the end because of the end of life? Did this actually perhaps chronologically take place earlier when he first arrived and got to see them? It does not matter, okay? The story is being told in a certain way. So are the actual dates of his age what they really are? Is it actually 17 years? Like, they're all part of telling the story. So in that regards, they're the details of the story, but they're there maybe for not our way of thinking about a story. So that's all I want to say. Face to the ground. Joseph positioned them. He put Ephraim on his right hand from Israel's left hand, and Manasseh on his left hand across from Israel's right hand. Then Joseph brought them closer to his father. Israel stretched out his right hand and placed it on Ephraim's head, although he was the younger. Crossing his hands, he put his left hand on Manasseh's head, for Manasseh was the firstborn. Then he blessed Joseph and said, he's blessing Joseph. So to maybe bless the two sons is the act of actually blessing the father. Isn't that a cool thought? May the God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked, the God who has been my shepherd. Oh, Hubba Bob, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. The God who has been my shepherd all my life long to this day. The angel who protected me from all harm, bless these boys. Okay, so this is an interesting phrase. So he says the God, and then he says the angel. Which is it? The Sumerian reads king here, but the traditional rendering reading angel may be maintained. Jacob closely associated God with the angelic protective presence. This does not mean that Jacob viewed his God as a mere angel, but it does suggest that he was aware of the angelic presence sent by God to protect him. Here he so closely associated the two that they become virtually indistinguishable. In this cultural messenger typically carried the authority of the one who sent them and could even be addressed as such. Perhaps Jacob's thought that the divine blessing would be mediated through the angelic messenger. Okay. I think the thing is the messenger of God, which is what angel means, messenger, who spoke to him, who brought him the message, is the emissary of God and stands in for the emissary of God. So being the one who has the authority of God puts you in that position in relationships. I don't think we have to go any further than that. But it's an intermixing. It's a going back and forth of. We can also say there is some motif of a very particular angel of the Lord throughout the Old Testament that maybe has a higher elevation that could be more associated with God's presence, like when Abraham had the three men show up, and one is addressed as the Lord and the others become angels. But to begin with, they were all men. Okay. Bless these boys, may my name be named in them, and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac. May they grow into a multitude on earth. When Joseph saw that his father had placed his right hand on Ephraim's head, it displeased him. So he took his father's hand to move it from Ephraim's head to Manasseh's head. Joseph said to his father, "Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head." We'll do that. There we go. So this is interesting. Think about this for a minute. Who's the one complaining about dad not getting the right order? I don't want to say the youngest brother, but the younger brother. The younger brother is the one complaining about dad not picking the oldest. You also did this, Joseph, when Benjamin showed up. You gave him 5 times the portion. You gave him 5 times what you gave everybody else. Like, dude, you did the same thing. Dude, you've been striving this your whole life. Now you want your kids to not have that same thing of the flip-flop of older and younger? Like, seriously, dude? Come on. Like, you of all people should have been, "Oh, yeah, I get it, Dad. I get it." Yeah, you never thought of that? I mean, like, look at this. He's, like, upset that Dad is mixing up older and younger, and there's only 2. There's only 2. It's not like he's number 11 out of 12 getting to be the prestigious one. You know, like Dad just randomly saying, let's pick number 11. Now, maybe because the intent was for Rachel to be the first wife, he just doesn't care. And he feels like he's the older, and he's been that way since youth, and he was Dad's favorite. Like, did you think that your dad, who you were the favorite, wasn't going to figure a way to have a different favorite with your kids? I mean, it's just so funny. But his father refused and said, "I know, my son, I know. He too will become a nation, and he too will become great. In spite of this, his younger brother will be even greater, and his descendants will become a multitude of nations." So he blessed them that day, saying, "By you will Israel bless," saying, "May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh." Thus he put Ephraim before Manasseh. The elevation of Ephraim over Manasseh, he set Ephraim before Manasseh, the concept and context of blessing in the Old Testament. Oh, it's just a reference to here. You can go read more. Then Israel said to Joseph, "I'm about to die, but God will be with you and will bring you back to the land of your fathers. As one who is above your brothers, I give to you the mountain slope which I took from the Amorites by the sword and the bow." Okay, so this sounds to me like Israel is expecting Joseph to leave and go. What is the mountain slope? Taken as the proper name, Shechem. which is where, yeah, one portion above his brothers, or the mountain ridge he took from the Amorites, or Shechem. The ambiguity actually allows for all three to be a referent. He could be referring to the land of Shechem he bought, but he mentions here that it was acquired by warfare, suggesting the events of 34:25 to 29 are in view, even though a time he denounced, 34:30, Joseph was later buried in Shechem. Okay. So not clear what he's actually giving him. Jacob called for his sons and said, "Gather together, so I can tell you what will happen to you in future days." So, just like he received the blessing from Isaac that should have went to Esau, and he strove with his brother over the blessing, he now has a blessing. Oh, and he mixed up the blessings. He's the one, like, even think of this further. He steals the blessing from his brother, and then he gives blessings as he so chooses, not at the expected rate of blessings. So let's look and pay attention to, we got the two younger boys of Joseph receiving their own blessings, receiving a mix-up blessing, if you will. Okay. I'm going to tell them what will happen in future days. What do we have there in a footnote? What is after or behind, which by extension could refer to the result, descendants, the hind part of something, or following time. Okay. Yeah, the rate of blessing. Yeah, the ROI of blessing. Like, you're getting a higher rate of return on your blessing from me. I've got a better blessing from you. So we do also have to, as we read through there, remember, just like Esau was actually a blessing, it doesn't read like it. You're going to be a whelp of a donkey or something like that. I don't remember what it was exactly. It didn't sound really great. It's not a matter of them sounding great. They are still going to be a blessing. They are still intended to be that. Even if there's a part that sounds negative, it's not meant that way. It is a descriptor of relationship at times. Okay. Assemble and listen, you sons of Jacob. Listen to Israel, your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn. May might at the beginning of my might at the beginning of my strength. Outstanding in dignity, outstanding in power. You are destructive like water and will not excel. For you got on your father's bed, then you defiled it. He got on my couch. Okay, how is that a blessing? Do not excel. The hiphil of the verb has this meaning only here. The negative Joseph is rhetorical. Rather than being a command, it anticipates what will transpire. The prophecy says that because of the character of the ancestor, the tribe of Reuben would not have the character to lead. So, but he's also talking about the destructive power of Reuben. And Reuben is also one of the tribes that usually goes to war. So there is a blessing of their prowess in war, but not in leading. Southside TV, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the biddies. By the way, I've got to figure this out before Friday, how to get the bits, the tips, and the subs to show up, how to get a timer to show up. But that's stuff I got to figure out before Friday, so that all those bits, tips, and subs, and the dono can get added together to figure out how long I'm riding on Friday. Okay, so we have Reuben. Let's move on. Simeon and Levi are brothers. Weapons of violence are their knives. O my soul, do not come into their council. Do not be united to their assembly, my heart. For in their anger they have killed men, and for pleasure they have hamstrung oxen. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their fury, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Hope the ride goes well. Thank you. I'm working on getting some stuff prepped to be able to pull it off the way I hope. Okay. So we're getting pronouncements over the future based on some past events in the story. What's interesting is we do know that Levi does get scattered because Levi does not get a portion in the land. Levi doesn't get a portion of land. You know what I want to look up real quick? Who stays on the right side of the Jordan? I know Reuben does, but I want to remember if it's Simeon. Yes. Oh, Reuben and Gad and Manasseh. That's what it was. Ah, so Simeon, that's right. Simeon is in the inside of the tribe of Judah there. Oh, I'm just trying to look through the what it says here. And scatter them in Israel. So I was just thinking that that's actually what happens to Levi. That's all I was thinking there. Divide, scatter. What is predicted here is the division of their tribes. Most commentators see here the anticipation of Levi being in every area, but not their own. They may be part of it, but not entirely what the curse intended. These tribes, for their ruthless cruelty, would be eliminated from power and prestige of leadership. Well, depending on if you see that the Levites are the ones who are the priestly class, so there is some prestige and leadership there. So I would argue with that, but it's not also the Levites are the ones who step up later. So this whole fierce anger to seek justice is part of them continuously. All right, we should have ads coming in. If that didn't make sense, Artsy, let me know. We can discuss that further.
Flat cat pasture rocks his tweed, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from you. Dapper man with sax in hand, plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cat pastor shows the way, stream it live come what may. With his cam he shows it all, little fish both big and small. Life in pond so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm
Bright Sun.
of his song.
Yeah, and it's reflecting off of the pond there too.
Stream it live, come what may.
All right. So yeah, I think all I was trying to do, Artsy, was just try to find, hey, that does happen for Levi, the scattering them in Israel, and divide them in Jacob. That's interesting because Simeon is totally surrounded by Judah, so that would also be divided in there. Like, they are isolated, they are surrounded, and then Levites are going to have territories throughout, cities throughout, so they're always in the center, surrounded by their brother. That's interesting. That's all I was trying to do, is figure out how this is actually happens. Okay. Judah, your brothers will praise you. Your hand will be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's sons will bow down before you. You are a lion's cub, Judah. From the prey, my son, you have gone up. He crouches and he lies down like a lion, like a lioness. Who will rouse him? The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet, until he comes to whom it belongs. The nations will obey him. Binding his foal to the vine and his colt to the choicest vine, he will wash his garments in wine, his robes in the blood of grapes. His eyes will be red from wine, and his teeth white from milk. So this part here is definitely a blessing that is going to be upon him. And then he also has rulership that is going to be from him. And we have the description of him. So the lion becomes the symbol of Judah. So this is a long one, and Judah is elevated here. And so this is why later on, when they're picking a king, somebody should have spoke up. Sorry, that one snuck up on me. Someone should have spoke up and said, yeah, the scepter is not supposed to depart from Judah. It's also why when the northern tribes split off, that the scepter doesn't depart from Judah. The scepter is split, if you will, and broken. But the Judah is always there from the kingship. So other than the first king. Okay. Zebulun will live by the haven of the sea and become a haven for ships. His border will extend to Sidon. Okay, this one just seems like, okay, great. I get to have territory. Thanks, Dad. So Zebulun doesn't look like it's here by the sea. Let me go back and look at let me see if there's another one. Nope, those all, let's try this one. Nope, it still looks like it's surrounded there. So it doesn't look like Zebulun by the sea to me. But we're making maps based on other things and descriptions, and maybe this isn't an accurate map. When you take all of these, you try to put it on a map from a description, you might not be accurate. Okay, so just show me the map. That's why I clicked on this, not to get descriptions. There we go. Okay, so maybe Zebulun does have more of a connection going all the way over to the sea. But it does not look like it. Quick question, Pastor. Do you ever go to the Hebrew in the original Arabic for some passages with certain words that might mean different? Oh, I go to the original Hebrew often. We were doing that earlier. Here's the Hebrew. So yeah, I regularly go to the Hebrew. Very few of these are going to have Arabic in them. Or sorry, they're not going to have Arabic. Aramaic is what I was going to say. Daniel does have some Aramaic. I don't remember. There might be one other book that has some Aramaic, but the bulk of the Old Testament is only in Hebrew. There are varying copies of it with different words at different places. Bulk of it is identical. And then there are those books that were written in other languages between the Testaments that are not in the Protestant Bible. So, Issachar is a strong-boned donkey lying down between two saddlebags. When he sees a good resting place and the pleasant land, he will bend his shoulder to the burden and become a slave laborer. Yay, Dad, thank you for telling me I'm not ambitious and I'll end up as a slave. Thanks, Dad. The oracle shows the tribe of Issachar will be willing to trade liberty for the material things of life. Issachar would work, become a slave labor for the Canaanites, a reversal of the oracle of Canaan. So, interesting. Southside, your mom always told me to always go back to the King James and always go to the original Hebrew and Arabic if I didn't understand certain things. So I think she told you right. Well, I do go to the original, but one of the things is the King James didn't have all the original. Some of it was older copies of copies that the King James had, but I've not studied it fully. There's supposed to be some movie coming out like I was told 6 months ago that there should be a movie coming out about the King James only and that whole process of writing and things. But there's a difference between what's called the Textus Receptus, which is what text you receive that's passed down. So when it comes into Latin, it has another translation on top of the Greek and the Hebrew. And then if you're translating from Latin, there's another language in between. So trying to go back to the Greek and the Hebrew and Aramaic is going to get you closer to the originals. But again, as we see in the footnotes over here, if I can find one, there are often... Yeah, here it's talking about the LXX, which is the Greek version of the Old Testament, might read different than the Hebrew copy of the Old Testament. So we have those things. She's told me to go back to the King James because you were reading the New International Version. She always told me to reference King James for that reason. Well, the New International Version goes back to mostly older copies than the King James used when it was translated the first time. Not saying the current New King James, that I don't know what they used, but it is a good motivation to say go back to original. But it is not accurate to say that King James was using all original. So, but I don't... There are lots of different translations, and I'll just go in this direction. Whatever translation you will read is the translation you should read. Because if you're forced to read King James only and you're going to not read it because you don't understand it, then it does you no good. If instead you read the NIV or the Message, if that's the only one you'll read, great. Read it. You're at least reading it. But I think more importantly than you just reading it personally is you spending time with others together. I don't think that reading the Bible is meant to be a solo process. You don't just go read it in isolation. You read it together with other people. Wiz Altera, you've been wanting to read the Message more because you struggle with other translations at times. Yeah, and I also think it's good to read multiple translations at the same time. Like, if I were reading or leading a gathering of a study, what I would probably do is have a person read the passage in one translation, ask the phrase, what stands out, what did you hear in this passage? Not what does it mean, just what stood out. Oh, it was a pleasant land. Oh, slave labor. That would be things that stood out. A good resting place. Just words and phrases. Then would read it in a different translation and ask the same thing, and then read it in a third translation, ask the same thing again, and then we'd open up for more discussion. So what does it mean? What did it mean to the original audience of this? Why was this important? Why was it written down? What do we do in light of all the things that we have seen and studied together? So that would be how I would do it if I were doing and leading a group. So I would probably pick something like the Net Bible, which I'm reading, or the New American Standard Bible, which is a word-for-word translation. I would do an NIV, which is idea for idea, and I would do the Message, which is a paraphrase, just trying to tell what is going on. Ooh, some kiwi. Thank you, thank you. The thing I would stay away from, for the most part, are translations where just one person did the translation. That is usually the place I want to stay away from, because if there's one person who did it in a solo project, they might have some bias, and I'm not saying intentional, but they might have some bias that comes through in the text. And just like I share with you my bias at times of I would not translate. I would keep this word. Because why? I think it's important in a certain way. So that's why I argue with the different translations at times, because they aren't emphasizing my bias. Okay. Dan will judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. May Dan be a snake beside the road, a viper by the path that bites the heel of the horse, so that a rider falls backwards. I wait for your deliverance, O Lord. So Dan's gonna be sneaky. Dan's gonna be slimy. Dan is the tribe that never stays put and is constantly moving, and Dan is the tribe that disappears and is not mentioned in the book of Revelation. Just heads up. South side. You always say the Bible wherever two or more common. His name here is there also, so I believe we're having church right now. Oh, yeah. I don't believe I should have to go to church to be saved. Don't either. I believe I'm saved by the blood of Jesus and what he did on the cross. Nothing I can do, any works cannot get you to heaven without the blood of Jesus, and that's what you believe. Yeah. Wiz Altair. Sure, Southside. Having fellowship helps and doesn't always have to be in a church. Some people can't get to church for health reasons, for example. Ooh, some raspberries. Thank you, Zach Attack. You guys are making me now hungry talking about all this fruit. I think I need to warm up my tea. I think that's what I need. So what I'm trying to do is just like look at what the things that Jacob says are and what actually ends up happening. Whew, I got that sneeze out. You are very lucky. I knew that was coming because that was a loud one. Yours didn't offer anything, just said Skittles. A glass of Skittles. Thank you for the blessing. Yeah, it doesn't happen too often, I'm watching. And then when it does, I don't usually have time, and I have other things on the agenda today that are more pressing. So maybe tomorrow or Thursday they could happen. I did test the command before I implemented it. Just because something got typed wrong didn't mean when I tested it that I was able to see it. Also, like over on my other channel, I tested all of the commands for changing the channel, and some don't work. I don't know why. The command is still correct, but the command doesn't work. So you don't spend any channel points for fruit. There's no channel points for fruit. Oh, you're saying your points. Okay, I thought you were talking about people spending points. I misunderstood you. But my point was, even if I go check it, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong. I have commands on the other channel that the command is simply !beach, and here's what it's supposed to do, and it doesn't work. The command isn't wrong. There's something that just happens, and it doesn't work. So I'm not assuming the command is wrong. You're assuming the command is wrong. I'm saying sometimes commands just don't work right. Okay, so we had Dan. I wait for your deliverance, O Lord. So here it's saying this is both Dan and Gad. I'm not sure which one it's with. It's in between the two of them. So is it the conclusion of Dan, or is it the beginning of Gad? Gad will be raided by marauding bands, but he will attack them at their heels. So we have a heel striking here again. So Gad doesn't sound like he gets anything good except he gets to strike at the heels. Like he's gonna get the end result. Asher's food will be rich, and he will provide delicacies to royalty. So Asher sounds pretty cool. Asher's gonna be lots of food. Naphtali is a free running doe. He speaks delightful words. That seems really, really short. So delightful words. Joseph is a fruitful bough near a spring whose branches climb over the wall. The archers will attack him. They will shoot at him and oppose him, but his bow will remain steady and his hand will be skillful because of the hands of the powerful one of Jacob, because of the shepherd, the rock of Israel, because of the God of your father, who will help you, because of the sovereign God who will bless you with blessings from the sky above, blessings from the deep that lies below, and the blessings of the breast of the womb. The blessings of your father are greater than the blessings of the eternal mountains, or the desirable things of the age-old hills. They will be on the head of Joseph and on the brow of the prince of his brothers. Wiz Altair, Asher got the vineyards. Yeah, that's probably he got fruit. So it could be. It didn't mention wine, which I would think if it was vineyards, but delicacies, maybe some dates and some palms and pomegranates, that kind of thing. Hi and low, of course. Chris, welcome in. Christopher. So look at how long Joseph's is. Joseph doesn't have anyone in the land. I mean, he has his two sons in the land, Ephraim and Manasseh. But Joseph is getting this whole thing of blessing here, which is interesting. Benjamin is a ravenous wolf, in the morning devouring the prey, and in the evening dividing the plunder. Joseph, you're just gonna be a ravenous wolf. You're gonna attack everybody. You're gonna go on the hunt. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. This is what their father said to them when he blessed them. He gave each of them an appropriate blessing. So, corresponding blessing. Hey, thank you for the hug. You've gotten 10 hugs so far. Oh, I did not know it counted the hugs. I think I had set that up. Forgot about that. Then he instructed them, I am about to go to my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave in the field of Ephron the Hittite. It is the cave in the field of Machpelah near Mamre in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought for the burial plot from Ephron the Hittite. There they buried Abraham and his wife Sarah. There they buried Isaac and his wife Rebekah, and there I buried Leah. The field and the cave in it were acquired from the sons of Heth. When Jacob finished giving these instructions to his son, he pulled his feet up on the bed, breathed his last breath, and went to his people. So he's sitting on the bed. He's blessing everybody as they come. He sits on the bed and he breathes his last. Now this sounds like, oh yeah, it just happened that quickly. And a lot of times in scripture, like we're getting condensing of a lot of stuff that happens. But this is one of those cases where sometimes this is exactly how it happens. People will say their last words to people that they want to say their last words to, and then they lay down and die in a very short period of time. It really does happen that way. If you've never seen it happen, it can happen that way. Not every time, but sometimes it does. Okay. Then Joseph hugged his father's face. He wept over him and kissed him. Joseph instructed the physicians in the service to embalm his father. So the physicians embalmed Israel. They took 40 days, for that is the full time needed for embalming. The Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. Wept for 70 days. This probably refers to the time of national mourning. Yeah, 70 days. That's just so fast. I wonder how many times 70 days shows up. We have 70 years. Oh, that's it. That's it. But on some level, you could look at it as the 1 day for each of those who were descended from him. One day for each person in the family. When the days of mourning had passed, Joseph said to Pharaoh's royal court, "If bum bum bum." So he says it to the court, not just to Pharaoh, the house of Pharaoh. Okay. If I have found favor in your sight, please say to Pharaoh. Oh, so he is going to them. My father made me swear an oath. He said, I am about to die. Bury me in my tomb that I dug for myself there in the land of Canaan. Now let me go and bury my father. Then I will return. So look at the, I will go and I will do something and I will return. Will Pharaoh trust him? This will be repeated later. I will go and we will worship and we'll return. And Pharaoh says no. So Pharaoh said go. So Pharaoh clearly is here when he's talking to the court of Pharaoh. Go and bury your father just as he made you swear to do. So Joseph went up to bury his father. All Pharaoh's officials went with him, the senior courtiers of his household and all the senior officials of the land of Egypt, all Joseph's household, his brothers and his father's household. But they left their children, their little children, and their flocks and their herds in the land of Goshen. Chariots and horsemen also went up with him. So it was a very great entourage. So they don't bring the little children to go along. They don't bring all their livestock, which is a good sign they're coming back. It's a good sign they're coming back. But also, they've been in the land 17 years when he dies. The famine is over. Why aren't they thinking about now, or why didn't Jacob, like this is a question I have. Why didn't Jacob, after the famine was over, say, hey, it's time to go back to the land? I think it's because Joseph is in a position in power that Joseph won't be able to leave the land, and he doesn't want to leave Joseph. So why doesn't he then promise or make the rest of the brothers promise, hey, when I die, take me and bury me and leave the land and return to Canaan? Why doesn't he ask them when he's doing the blessing? Why doesn't he ask for that promise of, hey, go back to the land, don't stay here in the land, we need to go back. We just came to rescue, be rescued from the famine. They're settling down in the land is what's happening. They're settling down in the land here. So, all right, let's go ahead and share the Reach Conference info as we go to break.
Attention streamers, content creators, gamers, and cosplayers. Last year, ReachConf was an absolute blast. An in-real-life celebration where creators connected, impactful speakers inspired, gaming tourneys, on-stage shenanigans, and fantastic music kept the energy high. It was more than an event. It was a community coming together. Get ready for ReachConf 2025, happening November 6 to 8. All the best parts of gaming and creative culture will be there, live and in person. Last year, we hit capacity. And even with increased numbers this year, tickets are sure to sell fast. Don't miss your chance to be part of the ultimate IRL experience. Grab your tickets now and join the movement.
With his cam he shows it all. Little fish both big and small. Life in ponds so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cat pasture shows the way. Stream it live, come what may. Refuse Cammy shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in ponds so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm, calming tone makes the fish feel right.
Now there's a plant there growing in front of the camera, so I don't know what kind of plant that is. But I don't want it blocking it if it keeps growing, so we might have to move the camera down the road there by the beach.
Pasture shows the way. Stream it live, come what may.
Tomorrow, welcome in. Good to see you. Okay, so again, why doesn't Jacob have them promise to leave? That's what I wonder. There is no indication. There's just a promise to bury me. But yeah, go ahead, stay here in the land. Okay. When they came to the threshing floor of Atad on the other side of the Jordan, they mourned there with very great and bitter sorrow. There Joseph observed a 7-day period of mourning for his father. So they've done the 70 days in Egypt. Oh, I hadn't tied the 7 would be a number of totality times 10, making it more significant. So they did that in Egypt, and now he is doing an additional 7. When the Canaanites who lived in the land saw them mourning at the threshing floor of Atad, they said, "This is a very sad occasion for the Egyptians." That is why it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond the Jordan. Means the mourning of Egypt. So the sons of Jacob did for him just as he had instructed them. His sons carried him to the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave of the fields of Machpelah near Mamre. This is a field Abraham purchased as a burial plot from Ephron the Hittite. After he buried his father, Joseph returned to Egypt along with his brothers and all who accompanied him to bury his father. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, "What if, if Joseph bears a grudge and wants to repay us in full for the harm we did?" Okay, so they're worried about their brother maybe holding a grudge. Wouldn't this be good to then consider, hey, let's leave the land? Wouldn't that be a better plan than staying? Hey, our brother might hold a grudge. We should leave. So they sent word to Joseph saying, "Your father gave these instructions before he died." Oh, I should also add, remember, some got put instruction of Pharaoh's flocks, so maybe they can't leave. But I'm still asking the question because there's no indication of any potential thought of leaving. That's really what I'm getting at. So they sent word to Joseph saying, "Your father gave these instructions before he died. Tell Joseph this, please forgive the sins of your brothers and the wrong they did when they treated you so badly. Now please forgive the sins of your servants, of the God of your father." When this message was reported to Joseph, came to him, Joseph wept. Then his brothers also came and threw themselves down before them. He said, "Here we are." They said, "Here we are your slaves." But Joseph answered them, "Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? As for you, you meant to harm me, but God intended it for good purposes, so he could preserve the lives of many people, as you can see this day. So now don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your little children." Then he consoled them and spoke kindly to them. So why is this upset Joseph? Because his brothers are afraid of him. He already thought he settled this 17 years ago. Apparently, the guilt is strong with these ones. The guilt is strong. Joseph lived in Egypt along with his father's family. Joseph lived 110 years. Joseph saw the descendants of Ephraim to the 3rd generation. He also saw the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh. They were given special inheritance rights by Joseph. The expression "born on the knees" implies the adoption by Joseph, which means that they received inheritance from him. Oh! Okay, so just like Dad took and adopted the children, Ephraim and Manasseh, he takes Machir, the son of Manasseh, as an equal inheritor of his. That's interesting. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "I am about to die, but God has surely come to you and led you up from the land to the land he swore on oath to give Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Joseph made the sons of Israel swear an oath. Okay, how many of them are there? Because he's not the oldest. So, and not that the oldest always dies first, but just saying the possibility of he's the first one to die of old age seems a little weird. He said, God will surely come to you. Then you must carry my bones from this place. So Joseph died at the age of 110. After they embalmed him, his body was placed in a coffin in Egypt. Boom. Boom. We finished Genesis. So it took half the year to get through Genesis. Half the year to get through Genesis. All right. We're finished with Genesis. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, clap. Okay, I said when we get done, we'll go look at making my promo thing, but I'm watching is concerned about the commands, so we can take a look at that. Fruit, there we go. Let's edit. I did notice I have fruit and fruits, so I do not see any extra spaces in there. Okay, so let's look at advance. Is there something there? That's just a cooldown. Well, those don't need to be negative. Okay, so let's look at fruits. Maybe it's fruits that's wrong, because I see that there are two of them. I don't see any spaces in there. All right, let's look for cookies. I don't know I don't know what's wrong. I don't see anything wrong with there. It's ran choice, and then there's space, a vertical, space, the item, space, vertical, space, the next item. The spaces separate them all. So I don't see anything wrong in the commands. I don't know what's wrong in the commands. I don't see anything to change. Now the only thing I could do would be to take it out of Streamlabs and put it over into Mix It Up, because I have Mix It Up, but I would have to figure out the formula, because it might be commas or other things in Mix It Up instead of Streamlabs. So I'd have to spend time looking at that. Yeah, Streamlabs doesn't have the subscription, so it won't show up right, Zach. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're seeing all my commands here. Okay. Like I said, I can work on transferring it over to Mix It Up and see if it works there. But I don't see any errors. I don't see any extra spaces. I don't see any extra punctuation in there with those commands. And like I said, I've got other commands of changing the channel, like beach and sun are both options, and beach doesn't work half the time. You have to do sun for the beach, but I don't understand why it doesn't recognize it. So that's like, if it works sometimes and it doesn't work other times, I get confused. I don't know what to do about it. Okay. Well, where do you have your stuff if it's not in a stream bot? How do you make commands without a stream bot? Different sites? Oh, okay. Well, Streamlabs is a site too, so I don't know how they're doing it, but it's probably similar, just a different operation. And then this is through Twitch, not through OBS, so maybe that's the difference. Streambots and Stream Elements, yeah. I have like 4 or 5 of them that I've used and are using. So I also have Nightbot. I have Mix It Up. I'm working on the direction of moving everything to Mix It Up for some level. Mix It Up has a lot of variety, but like I said, my commands aren't all working in Mix It Up either. I got Mix It Up so that I could change channels. That's specifically why I wanted to. So, okay. I said I wanted to work on this next, so let's do that. Oh, it's done that. It did not. Oh, because I must have been doing something else. All right, so I was working on this last night for that. All right, so we have podcast at 1 o'clock on the Church Digital channel. How do you make the 4-scene transition for your ad time? I with the fish and your mom's beach. Oh, do you mean the transition or the scene with the 4 things on it?
players, content creators, gamers,
scene.
and cosplayers.
Oh, I need to
Last year,
cancel
ReachConf
that.
was
This is just window capture. This is just window capture. So it is. It also lets me change the setup. So this is a like you can see all the different settings I could choose. So let me choose this one, which will look ridiculous. So that's how many cameras I could have in this system.
Serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the
So I have 4 different cameras. So I'm using Reolink as my cameras, and I got them because they're point, tilt, zoom cameras, so I can move the sunset to sundown. I don't necessarily need point, tilt, zoom for the aquariums. Yeah, it's an actual beach. Did you not realize that was an actual beach?
Hear the music, gentle glow, flat caps charm and calm.
I've been live on there before.
Right at home. Watch the
We get the cam. Come on, the point, tilt, zoom.
to the rhythm of his song.
So I built that deck last year on camera. So well, maybe 2 years ago. But I built that deck on camera. And you'll see me on camera every once in a while. That was earlier this year. I'll even pan around. There is, I don't usually show you the kayak that's sitting there on the beach
Refuse Cammy shows
with a little fisherman in it.
Little fish, both big and small. Life in ponds so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow.
Oh, you were thinking a large lake. It's Lake Superior. It is a large lake. But yeah, there's an actual beach there.
Flat caps charm, calm in tone makes the fish feel right.
I was thinking you were saying it was
Watch the fish,
not an actual
they
live
swim
camera or something.
along
Okay.
To the rhythm of his song.
Okay. Go back over here. Okay, so I need to decide, and then the other thing I need to do is figure out how to do an ad thing. Do the outdoor koi eat bugs from the water? They will, but not all the time. So it depends on what bugs there are that are there. What they also do, like frogs, get in the pond and lay eggs, and all the tadpoles hatch, and all the tadpoles are eaten by the koi. So they don't survive. They don't survive in the pond. The koi eat all of the tadpoles. So it's kind of fun. The frogs come, lay eggs, the koi eat them all, and yeah. Okay, so this is Thursday. We'll be doing Jono. And then today at 1 p.m. is Pastor G, so I made those. This is where, yes, Kermit Caviar, there you go. If you've got a little thing next to your name, you can have up to 4.5 years now following me. So this is where I just pull up and I make, there we go. I started doing it. I started doing a subathon, bikeathon. July 4. Yes, we do need a water command for bike rides. You're right. We do. We do. We need to hydrate. Okay. I'm trying to decide what time I want to start. There's a part of me that thinks starting at 6 a.m. would be fun. Just put a 6 or 7 in the chat of which time, and you know, you're not promising to be here. Which time would be more likely for you to show up and watch, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m.? And it's not saying you can't go watch other people that you normally watch. I'm just saying is, hey, if I was at 6 a.m., would you be here? Or if it's 100% no, it'd be 7 a.m. Okay, I got a spot of tea from Zach. A spot of tea. It is English breakfast today. Eastern Standard, Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight Time. So 8 a.m., or sorry, Eastern Time, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. That's what I'm thinking. 6 would mean I'd have to get up earlier than normal, which I'm cool with, to get out and get on the road. I think it'd be all right. Otherwise, 7 would just be normal. I just start earlier than I start my stream. So I'm going to put 6 a.m. Yeah, sun is at 6. Sun is up at 6. So even if I'm not entirely on the road by 6. Oh, okay, 7. Okay, you're thinking 7? Less summer sun at 6. Less intense. Yeah, I got what you meant. I didn't catch it the first time. Yeah, you meant less intensity. I'm not worried about the intensity. I mean, I ride my bike at 2 in the afternoon. So it's more just a matter of, I just want to do it and get it over with for the day is my thinking. You're either way. Let me just narrow that down. I can't read all of the stuff. If you're at work, so if you see you on, you'll hop on. Okay. 7 a.m., that would be 6 a.m. Central. Yeah, Zach, it'd be 6 a.m. Central for you. I'm just thinking if I end up with a 6-hour stream, I start at 6, that's till noon. That's why I'm thinking, I don't know that we'll go till 6. I've got to figure out, here's what I've been trying to figure out is how much does something add to the stream? If other people who have done subathons, what is the usual amount that people add to the subathon? Is it every $5 is another 5 minutes, or every sub is another minute? That seems like a small amount. But I also, like, I don't want it to get too long and on some level either. So I'm torn. I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know what other people do. Let me just Google that. Subathon. A sub is usually 5 to 10 minutes. Most subathons you've seen. Okay, that's what I was trying to. I want to get in that range of. Okay, here I just did a search. Typically, a tier 1 sub adds 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. So here they're saying also donations, typically 1 minute for every $2 of donation. Yeah, you can put all the tiers and higher times. Yep, that's saying that too. Yeah, doubling it for each tier, or adding to it for each tier. Stream Elements and Streamlabs have the platforms for it. I'm going to have to go look that up. There we go. That was actually a good search. That got me close to what I wanted. Okay. Okay. So that would mean 6 subs is an hour if I did 10 minutes. Ooh, that's going to add up biking really fast. I think I'm going to go with the 5 minutes for every sub. I know I don't get the full $5 it cost you, but you're given the $5. That also means that I can give $5 or every dollar equals a minute in bits, tips, subs, and dono. Well, yeah. Okay. $1 adds 1 minute. That makes sense. Does that make sense? Do I need anything else on here? I can make that larger. Okay. I'm not done like often people do. You know what? I need to make that all small. Let me back that up. They do tiers. So what would I want for tiers? Oh, is there an ad break coming in? Sorry, I did not. Okay, it says there's an ad break coming in. Okay, I see it now. I'll get up and stretch. Highest on the goal can be no T stream. Wow, that would all, yeah. Okay, so that's what I got to figure out is tiers here of. I mean, the goal is $2,000. I'm not expecting it all to happen on Friday, so that's. Let's see. Yeah, like I have not done these, so I'm trying to figure out how many subs. I think I'm gonna go with. Well, should we do $100 equals what? My brain is struggling here. My brain is struggling to figure out things to do. Pick the Bible-themed chapter for a stream. Well, I'm thinking community goals collectively, not one individual person giving $100. So just like when we achieve a certain thing, something would happen while I'm writing is what I'm thinking, not for an individual person. So like when we get to the level of we've raised $100, what will I do? We get to 200, what will I do? That's what I'm thinking. Papa Wheelie, just kidding. Bum, 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 bum. Subathon. Okay, let's try this different. Oh, that's not what I want. Let's go viewer rewards. Not what I want. All right, let me look at this. Next mile double speed. Ooh, okay. There we go. That's not actually that's not bad at all. Sprint. Although connection speed may not be good there, but I was thinking also, you know, like get off the bike and do something or whatever. I don't know. That feels more like that would be something maybe less than that. Let's do this. Every $100 equals a 1 minute sprint. You know what? Let's go watch a video here to get some ideas.
I have to finish this paper. I'm swamped. No one told me college would...
Do you want to run a stream at all?
Okay, let's go back over. Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter which one I have it on. I've got it picked there. Okay. That makes sense. I probably didn't switch it.
Or what's also called a subathon on Twitch, where when somebody subscribes, you stream for a longer period of time. We can set that up with stream elements. So let me explain how you can do that. But before I begin, I'm also a streamer on twitch.tv/tree. Link is down below. We'll have to log in right here. And we're gonna go to customize. We can also click on used element, but if we customize it, we can customize it. So we can make it more our own, right? This is the widget.
This is stream
so in
elements.
this
I don't want
widget,
stream elements,
we can see that.
But I thought I would find some ideas there. Double audio for the video? That's weird.
Around here, less like a booger and more like a neon. That's about close enough. So this is the cool part. We have our Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. So if we do Twitch, you can change how many seconds are added per bit, per sub, and per follow. Now, I don't know about you.
Still doubled there? That's not, that's on, that's a one I don't have. Yep. Weird. I don't know why that's double over there. Because if I go over here and play the other, it's not double. Yeah, Mike is probably picking up videos, audio along with it being routed to us. Yeah, I was guessing that, but it, like what I was getting at is when I play the scripture, what does the word mean? It doesn't do that. That's why I was like, it's weird that it's doing it there. Okay. Okay, so... Oh, no, that's not what I want. I looked it up. I wanted videos. That's what I want. I want videos. Short videos. No, not those. Just videos. Because whatever I set it up, I need to be able to set the...
Yeah. I'll be there.
So, you're ready for the wild world of the Twitch subathon. Fantastic! I'm Lavonda Rocks, DJ, streamer, and content coach. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the subathon timer. And if you stay till the end, I'm going to give you some tips on how to run a
There we go. Oh, I know why it's double. Yeah, I muted my... So What's happened is what I normally have used for my microphone is the chat output from Unify, and it's not working. So I've had to do it through Stream, but Stream will pull it in as well. So you know what I could do? Let's try this. This might do it. Let's try that. So anyway, backing up.
The first thing that comes up, you can also click the link in the description. It's Google, and you're going to type in Marathon Timer Twitch.
Yeah, it's not the first thing that comes up.
Twitch. You're going to go ahead and click on, it's usually the first thing that comes up. You can also click the link in the description. It's marathontimer.heroku.
Oh, it's in the description. Okay. There we go. It's been a good 8 years, but due to continued cost of running this app, changes to Twitch, and the lack of time for me to maintain and update, you've made decision to shut down the app. You recommend Stream Elements Subathon widget. Okay, that wasn't helpful. Well, now we don't have to watch the rest of the video. That was 2 years ago. Casey Price, hello, welcome in. I'm just trying to work on setting some stuff up for Subathon. What I don't remember is, do I have Stream Elements? I might have Stream Elements. Let me go look already at community roles manager. Is it in there? You made a dentist appointment to get a bad infection looked at. You're in so much pain, but it's okay though. Oh, that sounds awful. How soon is your appointment? How long have you had the pain? Okay, so I do not have Stream Elements. I did not think I did. I have Streamlabs. Huh. The Mix It Up does not apparently require it to be a, it must be a WebSocket. It must be a WebSocket. It's on Monday, and you've been in pain for well over a month or two, but it's gotten worse in the last day. Oh, no, you have to wait all the way till Monday? You've got a week before you can go? Casey, I'm so sorry. Or is it Cassie? The tooth in question needs a root canal, but you'd rather just get it completely removed. The root canal is going to be less of a problem if it's done right, because otherwise you are having issues with going into your jawbone. So, Casey, okay. Let's just pray. God, we're just prayer for healing for Casey to bring relief from pain, for restoration, to just bring, to have the appointment and to have healing there, to have the tooth worked on and to have relief. Bring comfort in the midst of things, in the waiting, and just watch over and cause blessing upon blessing. Let's pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so let's try this guy. Well, you know what? Let me just put Streamlabs in. Oh, I did put Streamlabs. You can't afford a root canal. You don't have dental insurance. It'll be well over $1,000. Removing it would probably be $200, which you still barely have, but can do it. Yeah, I'm just saying the pain and recovery of having a tooth pulled is not fun. That's all. And yeah, I know that the cost is higher of repair versus removal, which is sad. Yeah, you had your wisdom teeth removed 2 months ago, and that was rough. Oh, wow. So now this is in addition to your wisdom teeth. Yeah. Well, okay. Dental, do not consider dental part of our health system. Dental is a whole different system. And I'm not saying that it doesn't have problems. It does, but it's a different system than the health system. So do not equate dental system with health system. Let's try this one. This has OBS.
Building your online business?
Me, let's update the description.
And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to add a countdown timer to your stream. This may be useful for your start screen. It's also useful for your subathons when you want subs, donations, and bits to add time to your subathon timer. If this video helps you guys out at all, do not forget to set up your account on Stream Elements or signed in and click the link that I have provided in the description. Go ahead and click edit.
Okay. So it says OBS and then it goes to Stream Elements. That's not what I wanted.
What's up, guys? We're back today. We got another cool video for you. I'm going to teach you how to make an automatic sub goal. Now, I see a lot of content creators out there that have sub goals, but I've noticed that sometimes they do it as a text label. And while that works, when someone gives subs, you got to go in and update that manually. But what if you could do that automatically? And I'm here to take the form as well. But for you Streamlabs guys, this is super cool. It's super in Streamlabs OBS now. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's super quick and super easy. So what you want to do is you want to go to Add Source. And you want to go to the widget side of the page and scroll to the very bottom and hit Stream Label, okay? So hit Add Source, and then right here, click Add New Source, and then name it whatever you want to. In this case, we'll call it Sub Goal. Typically, you would hit Add Source right here. I'm going to hit Cancel, but you want to hit Add Source, all right? When you get there, it'll bring you to this page, and this is how you want to set it up, right? So you want the label type to be Session Subscriber Count, and then you want your label template to be like this. So I don't think this is what I want. Slash and then my goal. So right now you can see we're at 33 subs out of our 35.
Whoa, spot of tea, Supersonic, thank you. Spot of tea. It is English breakfast. with a little dash of cinnamon in it. Tip of the cap, Zach. And what's the prayer request for? Just good health for everyone here.
So what you want to do is you want to go to add source.
All right. God, we're just praying for everyone who is here now, who will be watching later for good health. Just, it is so fragile at times, and something can just happen and we become sick, we become injured, and you have created us magnificently for our bodies to be able to heal. So we are just praying for the health and welfare of everyone here, that you alleviate any pains that they're dealing with, you alleviate any ongoing symptoms with ongoing conditions, that you give wisdom where there is wisdom needed, for discernment where it's needed to have treatments or medications or other things to help, therapies, and just watch over us in all that we do. We just pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so it looks like adding a source. Adding a source where, though? That's... Huh. Oh, no, the timers. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, where is he on that page?
Do is you want to go to add source.
Add source. Where? How do I get to add source? I don't see it on my page. Let's try dashboard. Widgets might be... Let's try widgets. Tip goal. That might be it. Tip ticker. No. Sub goal. It's not really a sub goal. Bit goal. Not sure that that's it.
Add source.
Okay, add source. Let's just Google or just type in add source in here. Does that bring us to where we want to be? Not really.
course, and you want to go to the widget side of the page and
Yep,
scroll to the very
widget.
bottom and hit stream label.
Okay. So widgets was what I wanted to look at. Oh, there we go. Just widgets there. Going around in circles. Let's see what this shows. Okay, but I don't know where the... That's just under tips. Okay, I don't want just tips. Ah, the jar. The jar catches and displays bits, tips, subs, and more. But that's just tips it's showing here. Oh, events. Here we go. Tips, subs, resubs, bits. Do not want follows, likes, stars. That won't give me the donos, though. Ads. Oh, sorry, man.
Flat Cat Pastor rocks his tweet, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand, plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way, stream it live come what may. With his cam he shows it all, little fish both big and small.
Yeah, tomorrow is a good idea.
So serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow.
Oh, it looks like it's dropping hats into the jar.
Calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim.
Okay, let's try this.
To the rhythm of his song.
Oh, no, not that one. It'll be this one. Shadow Tuner, hey, welcome in. Okay, so let's test. Did that do anything? There we go. So it does do something. It does. It's hard to see though. But mostly I want something that counts things and does a timer. So I don't think this is exactly what I want. Well, it's not exactly what I want. All right. Yeah, you can see the bits, tips, subs go in, but that's not going to tell me a timer to tell me how many. Yeah, you can see them go in. Okay, so I'm not finding what I want. Tip of the cap, Zach. Tip of the cap. Okay, so that's not what I want. Oh, let's just stay here. If I could only type. Yeah, it's a pretty fun incentive. I'm just saying didn't like the way it looked. I would like it a little bit more. I just want marathon timer. Ooh, it'd be cool to see a fishbowl tip jar. Yeah. They don't really have a fishbowl, but I like that thought. There we go. Maybe this guy, if he's on the right platform.
Yo, what is going on? George Originator. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Welcome back to the channel. Now, one of my old videos, I told you guys how to run a subathon timer. It was like a stream marathon. If you guys know what a subathon is, great. If you guys don't, a subathon is basically when people donate, it adds time to a timer. You guys can select the amount of time that you want added to the timer. Now, in the old video, I used a different program. I did a subathon. My last one was roughly a year ago. Could have actually been a full year ago. I could be wrong. Anyways, we were using a different program. And in that program, it was great. I used it for 5 years. And during the last subathon, it like completely crapped the bed. And I don't know why, but during mid-subathon, last subathon.
Okay, it says stream elements is what he's going with. I want stream labs. I don't want to add a new platform. When you can't find what you want. I just don't, well. Like I said, I tried to look it up and mix it up. I couldn't find it there either.
If you have epilepsy, please close your eyes for the next 5 seconds, starting now.
What's up, homie? It's great to see you. Okay, here we are at the actual page at OBS. I just Googled comprehensive stopwatch and countdown timer. It got me here. I will also put a link in the description for you if you want to find it that way. Once you do get here, go and click the Go to Download button in the upper right-hand corner. And it'll take you to this page right here, and you'll see the raw code for this Lua script listed here. Now you can click the raw button and copy all of this and paste this straight into a text file and then rename it .lua, and you'll be good to go. You can also go back and click this OBS-Lua link here, and it'll take you to this page. Then you click the green code button here and select download zip. Upon doing that, I'll show you the contents of this download zip file. Here's the file here. If I double click it, not only will you get the stopwatch.lua script, but you'll also get a whole bunch more. I'm not sure what these do, and I'm going to be looking into them. So you can download a actual zip file and get the Lua script that you need that way as well.
Like
installing the script into OBS is really easy. The only hurdle is knowing where to place it. And the best way to find out where that location is to select the tool buttons at the top and then select scripts. And then you get this box here, and there's a little plus sign. Click that plus sign. It'll take you to an Explorer window, and you'll see where you need to paste it. Program files, OBS-Studio, data, OBS-plugins, front-end-tools, scripts. Plop it in there. Don't worry about restarting OBS. It's not needed. That's why OBS scripts are awesome. Okay, getting this to show up in a live stream is pretty cut and dry. All you have to do is go into sources, click the plus sign, and I want you to select the text GDI source, okay? And what's going to happen here is that we're just going to add a text source. You can type anything in here, but it's going to be replaced with the timer once we designate that in the Lua script. So I'll just call this countdown timer so that I know what this is. Hit OK. Shows up here. It doesn't matter what you type in here. Doesn't matter what font you select. Doesn't matter what color you select, because it's all going to get overridden. Hit OK. Here it is in the screen. And then we go into Tools, and we go to Scripts, and we'll hit the plus sign. And I've named mine stop-watch. That's the actual script here. You can name your script anything you want. As long as the code is there, you're good to go. So I'll select my script, hit OK. And here we are. We can see the interface on the right-hand side here. And as you can see, there is something called Timer Source. It's a pull-down, and we want to select the countdown timer that we set up here. If for some reason you do not see your source in the pull-down, restart OBS, and it will show up. And if we hit the Start, Pause, Stopwatch, watch what happens. Boom, it gets replaced with the actual countdown timer. Pretty cool. Okay, now things are going to get interesting. Wait till you see the available parameters for this thing. Go back into Tools. Go back to Scripts, and in the configuration pull-down right here, select Advanced, yes, and look at all the parameters that this thing has for you to play with. Really cool stuff. I can't wait to show you. Here we go. So that you can follow along in the tutorial without any problems, I'd like you to create 2 media sources in your scene. They're going to be audio files, and they're going to be 2 different sound effects, okay? One's going to be audio caution. That's what I want you to name it. The other one will be audio warning. Upon you creating these 2 sources, the timer type pull down will denote what kind of parameters are shown to you when you make that selection. For example, the stopwatch is currently selected, but if I select countdown, it's going to give me some more parameters. Watch. Whoop. See how that just popped up, and now I have a countdown type. I've got hours, minutes, and seconds shown here. So I'm going to show you from the perspective of a countdown, just because I think it makes more sense in your brain. So that makes most sense. You can select a specific date and time as well if you wanted to, but I think in most cases everybody's going to want hours, minutes, and seconds. And so for this demonstration, 0 hours, 0 minutes, and just 10 seconds is what we're going to be counting down
but what
from.
I'm trying to make sure is
timer
it
format. No leading
input.
zeros, no split seconds is what I've selected. That means that all the zeros, that's what I've selected there. Caution audio. This is where I told you. Now, scroll down some more, and you have the ability to change for both the color and the two audio. This is really cool. I had to stop recording because I literally just discovered this. I somehow scanned over it and didn't notice it. But if you scroll down just a little bit here, you will see a trigger text parameter. If you enable this, okay, you will see a caution note source and a warning note source. If you want to do this, if you want to display text at a caution time point and a warning time point, you can do it. You just have to create those two sources, name them appropriately, restart OBS. That's super duper important. Auto recording when selected to yes will automatically be slick. Timer prefix is pretty cool. This is text that you can play in effective. If you want to take your live stream to the next.
All right. That was super intense, but that's not what I want. Let's switch this around. Let's put Streamlabs first. Let's try this.
Knock, knock.
Still open to suggestions on what I do. So I was starting to work on what I'm going to do on the every time we hit a goal. I need some goal suggestions. See you tomorrow, Zach Attack. If you have some suggestions of what I can do, stop while I'm on my bike and do something, or
2 different ways for you to be able to go ahead and add a countdown timer inside of Streamlabs. Let's go ahead and dive in. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and open up your Streamlabs desktop. If you don't have Streamlabs on your computer, you can go to the link in the description of this video to be able to go ahead and download it. It's completely free. So the first way I'm going to show you how to add a countdown timer is going to be the simplest way. It's not going to allow you to customize it so much, but it's still going to be very effective. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the description of this video, and you're going to want to go to lastcurry.com/countdown timer tool. I went ahead and created a tool that's easy for you to be able to utilize. So we're going to go ahead and customize this. So your starting minutes, this is where you put how much time you want it to be able to start. Remember, it's counting down. So I'm going to go ahead and put 5 minutes there. If you don't put anything in seconds, it's going to default to 0, which is what I want. Text alignment, I want it to be at center. The font size, 100 is perfect. You want to go ahead and put in the color of the font that you want. Now, if we go back and be transparent. So then we're going to select Get My Timer. And sources, we're going to hit this little plus icon. We're going to go ahead and select Browser Source. We're going to go ahead and add source. We're going to name this. Now what's going to show here, you're going to see that the timer is now available. Now what I like to do is I like to go ahead and change to a text. Signs.com, where they have tons plus icon, and I'm going to name this countdown timer. Countdown timer. I'm going to hit done, and now I'm going to have a new scene. Add a new source instead. And I'm going to name this timer. I'm going to hit add source, and then I'm going to go ahead and locate that file, and then it's going to create a folder for you. I'm going to go ahead and hit close, and you're going to see the package that's being offered here. You need to make your stream look professional. A countdown timer in Streamlabs. So all the links that I mentioned are going to be in the description of this video.
All right, let's try. See if we can find someone and tell me how to do it and mix it up. Okay, I've watched this guy before. He's not bad.
Hey, this is Minister Gold. This is a Mix It Up tutorial.
Okay. How about I just go back and work on the other thing while because this is going to take me a while to figure it out. Let's just go back and go to Canva and figure out what I'm going to do so I can at least publish this and get this out there. So I was thinking of what I can do every time we get to something. Supersonic, welcome in. So we're going to add time to the Bike-a-thon, Subathon. For every dollar, there is a minute more that I will be riding my bike. So I was thinking every $100, I would do a 1 minute sprint. What else can I do? I have no idea. Like, this is the thing where I'm just struggling. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what people want to see. There's certainly stuff I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to say, oh, I'll do push-ups. Oh, I'll do sit-ups. I don't want to do that. What's the goal? $2,000 is the goal. So, but I want to incentivize people to give. So I'm working to try to get a new computer because I keep having sound problems. I keep having things not working properly on this 5-year-old laptop that I am, trying to do more than it's designed to do. So let's just see. If we go with I'm just putting numbers in here. 200. Can I split that into a 2-column thing? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it would, but I'm not really fully expecting to get the whole thing. You think $1 for a minute is too low? Like it should be $5 to add a minute? Well, my thought being is if I set it at $5 adds a minute, then like you're going to have like a massive amount of, well, let me put it this way. At $1 a minute, if we reach a 2,000 goal, I would be biking for 33 hours. So I know that. But I felt like if I just do every sub adds only a minute to how long I'm on, that feels like that's nothing. Like, why would I sub to add a minute? That's what I'm saying. It feels like a de-incentive for the people to give, even if it's, oh yeah, I would split it into a couple of streams. Yeah, absolutely. But it felt like it was like, if I'm only adding a minute of time for a sub, why would I bother is what it felt like. It's like, no, I want to keep you on longer. I'll keep, but yeah. Okay, let's take this a different way. Let's go from the standpoint of we're only trying to gain $500 per. Yeah, it's labor intensive. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, and $200, what I'm going to do. Let's go with 250. If I do that, so you know what I'm thinking here? Let's just do this a couple of different ways. The full goal is going to be 2,000, but let's not assume that it's all going to happen. And let's get rid of the bottom here because I need room. Oops. Your view on that sort of thing is like 5 minutes per dollar. Give the people entertainment. Well, if you give $5, you're giving 5 minutes. That seems like it would be significant to me, but I mean, I'm out riding a bike. It's not just yeah, the red doesn't look like, if that's what you meant, red doesn't look like it shows up there well. Oh, let's try this. Mel, welcome in. Let people abuse you, for much lack of a better term. Oh, I know. But as like, if what we're trying to, what we do instead is, okay, so I need to make this font smaller. Good evening for you. Oh, wow. It's an extender. If they don't want it, they don't pay. Yeah, but I've got to make it so that it's worth their time to give. And also, like, I mean, if each sub added 5 minutes, we wouldn't get to the goal of money. Is part of that. And if we, oh yeah, if they don't want it, they don't add it. But I want them to want it. Supersonic, no, I had not done the Twitch reach advertising. I have not looked into that yet. I'll be missing the bike stream, at least most of it, either not awake yet or parents to go for annual picnic. Yeah, but picnic wouldn't be in the morning. Picnic starts at 1 p.m., but helping to set up probably 9ish. Oh, yeah, if you're setting up. $2,000 goal, full words on stream. Mel, you'll be flying home? Yeah, that's all right. Let's go with 4. $450, $500. $750, $1,000. If you know, you know. Okay. Let's Google that. No, I do not like spelling games. "30 exciting sub-goal ideas for your next marathon." Okay, let's see what it is. Add time to your current stream. Got it. Play a specific character role. Play 1 hour viewers. Give 10 stream loots packs. Wear a specific hat or mask. Make a celebrity impersonation for an hour. Set an embarrassing fake tweet. Create a TikTok video. Choose a new emote. Karaoke session with viewers. That's where you got the idea. Fish ads. Oh. Is ads going on?
Flat Cat Pastor rocks his tweet, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand, plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way, stream it live come what may. With his cam he shows it all, little fish both big and small. Life in pond so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat Cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way, stream it live come what may. Refuse cam, he shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in pond so serene.
Okay, we should be back.
Nature's beauty on a screen.
Okay, I did find one that I think would be fun. I just got to figure out. So let's just do. I'm going to put it here. Sprint at 50. I'm not going to put the time in. How about dance? I gotta get off my bike and dance. So the dancing feet will be a thing. There we go. I thought that one would work. Let's see what else did I find here. Come on, go to the page. Why didn't you not go to the page when I click on you? Okay. Karaoke stream, 24-hour stream, giveaways, set games. Okay, that was what I was thinking too. Is reward with other streams. So $200 will equal a sewing stream. I don't know if anyone wants a sewing stream. Maybe I need to put that higher. Let's go to this side. Let's go. These will be special streams. So we'll do a sewing. We'll do a cooking. We'll do a power wash. I don't know if these are fun or not. I'm just some ideas here for streams. Some things I've done. Wow, you know what? Let's do this. Housework like the deck. I'd probably do the car. I'd probably power wash the car. I'm working on the house right now. I just got one side left, so it'd probably be a power wash the car, or the driveway would probably be what it is. But we could find something else. I could go do my son's house or something too. We could do a remote power wash. Okay, so these goals are, so the goals of the things I can do on stream while I'm writing, and then the other side will be things that will happen in other streams. I like that splitting. Okay, let's shrink that just a bit. There we go. Okay, so what else can I do? Yeah, to be determined. I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to have a vehicle that's driving to their supersonic, but otherwise it'll be like take an Uber or a Lyft, or look at renting a car. That's all the way to November. So I know that you are wanting all the details ahead of time. I have lots of other plans and trips and things before then, so I have not worked that out. And as it worked last year, it was really easy plenty of us staying at the same hotels to get rides back and forth with people. So, and like I said, if nothing else, I'll just pull up my phone and we'll just take an Uber or a Lyft. So it won't be real difficult. Okay. I can do a sprint. I can do a dance. You know what? Oh, what else could I do? Boy, I'm losing ideas here. I'll go back to this thing. You'd like a set cost overall. Yeah, I get that. I don't know what a set cost overall would look like, because I haven't. I mean, I could pull it up and try to look at what an Uber or Lyft, but it also depends on how many people we fit in a car, what time we're going, because the time of day that you go and you travel changes the rates. So the only way to get a set thing would be as if we rented a car and we split it among people, or somebody who was going would tell us a price to drive back and forth.
There's a lot here to be excited about.
There we go. Choose what I play. Chat tweets. Chewy onesie. Sour food. Puppet dessert. Puppy dessert. Okay. Ooh, that's what else I could add there. Cosplay stream. You'll get to choose from among a couple of outfits, but it would not be. That's what else I thought. Okay, cosplay. So that didn't help me entirely, but I guess it did. What do we have on this one? This one looks like a good list. Pick my dinner. React Andy, MMC, Plobsy with chat. Mitch paints my nails. Crowd control game, horror game. British citizen test, happy hour. Pick your Twitter batter, TwitchCon. Okay, 5 gifted, random, Steam game, painter user, VIP. I'm working on it. I have an outfit that should be arriving. And you know what? Let me switch what I'm showing you so I can show you what I'm looking at. There we go. Movie night, gift card giveaway, art raffle. There's the schedule of what to do, but see, yeah, that doesn't work for me. Tier 1 equals 1 minute. Oh, see, there we go. Tier 2 equals 5 minutes. Tier 3 equals 10 minutes. Well, they built a whole lot of them. Okay. 100 milestone ideas. Okay, what are the 100 milestone ideas here? Okay, apparently that's, you got to pay to get that. Although it says 0, I'm not clear on if that really would be 0 or not. You can take advantage of the idea of gift sub bundles. You'd rather gift to a specific user. It only works one at a time. If you gift a sub, I want it to go to a regular, not a random. Yeah. Yep. I would agree with that. See, here you have a person doing 1 sub equals 5 minutes. The other was suggesting 1 sub equals 1 minute. Okay. Chat picks your build for a video. Face cam for the rest of Subathon. Chat picks champs. Satan's toe, world's hottest lollipop, sour candy. Wax your legs, shave your head, shave your beard, shave your eyebrows. Individual goals. 1 sub equals 10 minutes. These are different people that are doing things. So I am fine with if it costs you $4 for a sub or $5 for a sub, then I would add the time of 5 minutes. So, although half of it goes to Bezos. So that would be why people would do it that way. Chat writes tweet. Channel all. Change all. Personality test. Mascot reveal. Eat spicy noodle. Chat's new redeem alert. Okay. All right. Oh, funding. I'm to get a new computer, to be able to get a new computer so that I don't constantly have all of the sound problems and issues. Like last week when I was doing the podcast, like it was all choppy and spotty and wouldn't keep up with everything that was going on. So it's working towards buying a new computer so that I can keep up with. Oh, here you have them locked so you can't see them until you unlock them. Well, I don't like that. I want to know what they are. Stop doing pop-ups. Good grief. I'm just trying to look at something. I don't even know what half of that was. So thank you, Facebook. I'm just looking for the photo. I don't want a video here. It even lied. There was no picture of it. Sprint, I can dance. I don't know what else to do on a bicycle. Like, it was suggested a wheelie, but, like, I'm not going to be able to do a wheelie long enough. And if I'm waiting until we're at 200, Maybe the sprint is get off the bike and do sprints. Dance. Let's go. Push-ups. Jumping jacks. Stretch. That's not super exciting, is it? I don't know. You guys got other ideas? Let me know, because it's like, what would you want? I don't know. I have no idea. That's not how my brain works. MC Wolfcat, welcome in. Let's go with a plank. Doing well, doing well. Try to figure out what else I can do there. So, yeah, working on planning an event on Friday. So, I'll still have to figure out how we're counting it. I don't know how that's going to work. Haven't found the system to work that yet. But trying to figure out the rewards or lack of rewards for me. I guess I'm gonna do what? I don't know what to do. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't start the music back up when we switched over to this. So, what can I still add? Really don't want to add sit-ups. I like plank better. We'll add the hydrate in there. I know, let's just put walk. If I get that, we'll have to do a walk. We'll have to do a walk. We'll get off and we'll walk. I don't know. This can all change. We can modify it, but this is my best guess of what I'm gonna do. So if you've got suggestions, give me something else. I'll just cross it off and do something else. So wear a pirate hat. I don't have a pirate hat, and I wouldn't bring it with while I'm on the walk, that is. Yeah, it's a good thought, but I would have to bring it with while I'm there to make that work. That's where, so the left side are things to do while I'm on the ride. The right side are other streams to have. So Ah, redeem, change flat cap. I won't be able to do that. The red one. I need to get a better red one. I do not like this one. So yeah, Bob, it's a good thought of I don't have the hat, but switch hats, do something like that. Okay. So that is what I've got figured out. And again, I would love to get the full amount raised to, so I need to put it on here. Bike-a-thon, subathon, goal. Let's bring that down. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So on the ride, for $50, I'll do a sprint. $100, do a dance. $200, do a push-up. Cosplay a pirate. I don't have a pirate outfit yet, but I would have to get the outfit. So the cosplay would have to be one I already have. Don't yet have plans to get a pirate outfit. But I will share what outfits we could cosplay, and we'll do the whole stream as a cosplay. So if we do the sewing, it could be sewing the cosplay outfit first and then wearing it later. And I horribly spelled karaoke wrong. Why didn't it change when I said yes? Spell it that way. Let me put this power washer. Okay, I think that's good enough. Well, I'll have to figure out the timer. I'm gonna have to go watch some more videos. The problem with trying to watch those and process them, it takes me a whole lot longer than actually trying to do it. But hey, it felt like let's involve. So okay, so we've got this done. So let's download that and get it uploaded over here. Yeah, and like yesterday I had problems with OBS and it would not properly work for me to get the games going. It was having all kinds of problems with that. So that's part of the other reason to also, like, I need some upgrades going on. Since, you know, I do not have income outside of what I do for the Church Digital and what I do on Twitch. So, you know what? Let me redo that. Switch the order here. There we go. May not be big enough to read all of it there, but I'll publish that as well. So we got podcast at 1 o'clock. So we'll be back at the Church Digital at 1 o'clock. So we got about 2 hours and we'll be over there. So I'm gonna have to play with my tech, make sure it's all up. Oh, we got an ad coming in. Sorry about that. Didn't see it.
Flat cat pastor rocks his tweet, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calming, glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand, plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song.
All right. Yeah, I'm watching. I was just going to ask you who it was that you had tried or to ask for a raid last time that we weren't able to do it. So I just wondered if you had a suggestion for raiding out, because I'm ready to raid out. Come on, load who's on. It's been a while since I've rated Big Unk. All right, let me give you the blessing. May God's seeking comfort find you. May his loving arms bind you. May his might protect you. May his wisdom direct you. May the joyous love of Jesus Christ be with you and all those you know both now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me. Finish Genesis today. Super excited about that. Getting ready for Bike-a-thon, figuring all of that out. I think it's fun. I think it's going to be fun. I want to do those and continue to do those. Redeem Jay, welcome in. And yeah, let's go bless other people wherever we go today. And remember, I will be back on The Church Digital at 1 o'clock today for a podcast and at 10 o'clock on Thursday for a podcast. So I got lots going on this week. Let's go. Let's bless others.
Flat cap on his head, he's streaming live. Reading from the book, the word so alive. A prayer in his heart that lifts the soul. In the digital world where spirits roll. Hallelujah, from the screen we scream. Join the pastor in the holy dream. Spreading love with every verse he reads. Planting hope like precious seeds. He's a shepherd with a virtual flock.